Hey guys, Joshua Crease here. I just wanted to come and give a little bit of a review now that we're all done finishing season 5 of The Chosen. So I'll start with the pluses. I really enjoyed the show. I thought they did a really good job of bouncing back and forth between Last Supper and then the events of the Holy Week there leading up to the Passover. So that was really good. Again, I love how they depict Judas. That is probably one of my favorite depictions in the show. They made him extremely likable initially, and now you see this inner turmoil where he goes back and forth. So I thought they did a really good job of depicting that. But the minuses in this season were quite extensive, to be quite honest. The reason being is in these last few episodes, particularly the last two, they do a lot of bouncing back and forth, looking at the disciples before they became followers of Christ. And to be honest, I just felt like it kind of dragged. And then the biggest letdown for me this season was not with Jesus speaking with Judas and then Judas looking at Jesus in frustration and asking what part he's going to play in the kingdom. To be honest, I didn't really have an issue with that. Even with Jesus saying, I had your heart before and I want it again, and then Judas walking out resolved to betray Jesus. I truthfully did not have an issue with that. I don't know why so many people did. Jesus clearly loved all the disciples, including Judas. But Judas fulfilled prophecy in abandoning Christ. My biggest issue was in the last episode, in the last 15 minutes, when Jesus is praying in the Garden of Gethsemane and his earthly father appears to him and strengthens him as though he were an angel. Now, the issue that I had with this particularly was because in Luke 22, verse 43, we see here in his agony that says, now an angel from heaven appeared to him, strengthening him. This was the Father answering the prayer of the Son, sending an angel to strengthen him. What was so disappointing to me was that, first of all, when we die and we go to be in heaven, we are not angels. It says we become like angels in that we don't marry, but it doesn't say we are angels. So my big issue was that Jesus' earthly father, first off, the text doesn't say it was his earthly father. Secondly, his earthly father is not an angel now. But with all that said, I do still really enjoy the show. I do think there's a lot of good in there. And again, we use it as a teaching tool to express to our children the importance of actually watching things in a discerning way and then comparing it with Scripture. And so that's what you should always be doing with anything and everything that you watch, any and everything that you read, any and everything that you listen to. So would I recommend that you go watch it? Yes. Would I recommend that you accept everything in it just in a willy-nilly, undiscerning way? Absolutely not. But again, I'm very grateful for the historical context that is laid out. There are a lot of things that are often brought out that are very helpful. So thanks for watching. God bless.